So, though I am a Democrat and an independent campaigner, I was at the Republican convention on Saturday, and I can report that what you delegates bought into is bad news. And here's why. You just endorsed a candidate who's about optics. You need substance. You need backbone. You need principle. I'm a more conservative candidate than Mark Boughton. And the danger of somebody who is into optics is that this is a person who's going to compromise principle. So Mark Boughton already has, okay? He has elevated a lieutenant governor candidate, Aaron Stewart, who has no business being a statewide candidate on principle anyway. Okay, so she smiles a lot and has some appeal. Superficial appeal. We should be beyond that. Conservatives need rock-solid, principled change. As soon as a candidate says, well, I'm going to compromise for the sake of optics, you know that Markley's better. You know that if you picked Tim Herbst, if you made nice with him, you'd have a very good ticket. Fine, you just opened the door to me. And that's good for Connecticut. Because here is a candidate, Mark Stewart Greenstein, unknown. But if I make it, Connecticut instantaneously becomes a better state. Because I'm not tied to interests. I don't have to compromise. I'm a Democrat who doesn't have to kiss up to teachers' unions. Okay? Republicans right now have their cadres as well. It's not as bad as Democrats. I'm untethered. What a beautiful thing if somehow 51%, or maybe in a multi-way race, it's a plurality of 40-something%, that gets you the governorship for an independent candidate. Whoa. The General Assembly has to take notice, has to adhere, because it will know that those who do not follow the plan of an unknown, unheralded, but good enough to be elected independent better get followed, or the next General Assembly goes more independent. You incumbents are out. This diversity of two candidates at governor and lieutenant governor is a bad idea, because it inherently is a compromise should the governor not be able to continue. Then the people who voted for you are getting somebody who's not like you. My top choice for my lieutenant governor and possibly successor, I hope so, is exactly like me where it counts. Okay? Now, where it counts isn't religion. We're of different religions. Where it counts isn't of backgrounds. We have very different backgrounds. Where it counts isn't of skin color. Here's where it counts. It's with ideas and philosophy. So, should I not serve out all 4 years, the people who voted for Mark Stewart are getting a pretty close substitute. When somebody is voting for Mark Boughton and gets an Aaron Stewart, it's not a substitute. This Stewart, that's me, is about liberty. Aaron Stewart appears to be about getting elected somewhere new. No strong principle guiding the state of Connecticut. And I like her. I actually have 3 properties in her city of New Britain. She's done an okay job. But she can do a better job for governor, maybe, in 12 years, and she'll still be in her early 40s. What's the rush? A compromise for political palatability should not be guiding your governor candidate. Republicans, you actually will have a more principled conservative, a conservatarian, right here in Mark Stewart. One last thing about compromise. That convention showed something, I think, very silly. All conventions do it. People who are delegates, entrusted to use their judgment of the best candidates, change their votes. Why? You've had 4 months to inspect candidate after candidate. You came to a decision so that on the first ballot, this is your top choice. Stay with that top choice, whatever happens. Moving off of one because of some compromise, and suddenly you're endorsing the person you didn't want before, is too malleable. It's not trustworthy. My convention, the Amigo Party, will put candidates in the hands of delegates, but delegates who are informed based on a primary first. Now, Connecticut doesn't allow primaries formally until after the convention. We'll do straw polls. Okay? And with a straw poll, the informed delegates have a vote, have a second place, a third place, a fourth place. So it becomes a auto match. It's not subject to wheeling and dealing. And it's not subject to something that whimsically hits the delegate in the 5th hour of a convention or the 15th hour after you've had a bunch of drinks. Do it out of principle as well. You'll get better candidates. I'm happy to be a good candidate, maybe the best.